Don't ask lawyers the meaning of life. We haven't a clue. However, ask us about what to do with your stuff. We've got you covered. Many people don't have wills. In this, I'm going to talk about, do you need a will? And if you do need a will, should you go to a lawyer or should you get some form off of the internet or out of a book? First, why is it that a lot of people don't have wills? One is that they have these excuses. First excuse is, I can't get a will until I really have my records in order and I'm just too busy with my life to make sure I know everything, all my property. That's not a good excuse. You can write your will saying, I leave everything to Joe. Or you can write a will saying, I want to leave $10,000 to Aunt Mary and the rest to my children. You don't need to know all of your property when you write a will. Second excuse is, well, I really don't know who I want to leave my money to. Well, let me tell you, until you start to write your will, you're never going to figure that out. And of course, once you write your will, you can always change your will. Those changes are known as codicils, which is a fancy legal term to allow us to call ourselves a learned profession. And of course, the last excuse is death. It's not going to bother me. I know people that have died, but I've never died. Do you need a will? What happens if you don't have a will? What happens if you don't have a will is that your property will pass by what lawyers call intestacy. Now, every state has a law that deals with these situations. And basically what they try to do, the legislature tries to do, is what do they think most people would want? Most people would want, if they have a spouse, to give the money to their spouse. If they have children, give the money to their kids, that sort of thing. For a lot of people, that makes perfect sense. But when would you, so I don't think everyone does need a will. However, let me just flag some people that really do need wills. Number one is parents of minor children. Say the parents are both killed. Who was going to raise the child? If you are the parent of a minor child, you can put that in a will. You can just have, that's the only thing in your will. I would like to nominate my sister to take care of my son in the event that we both die. And that will then go to the court, and the judge will probably follow your desire. If you don't have that, the judge will have to listen to all the relatives and figure out what he or she thinks is best. If, like most people, you want to make gifts to your grandchildren or to a charity or to a friend, you've got to write a will, because under the intestacy laws, those people and charities get nothing. Finally, and this is maybe not a big thing, if you don't want to treat your children equally, if you let your property go through intestacy, each child will get their fair share. It could be that one of the children needs more money for some reason. They're disabled, something like that. So you might, if you're going to try to treat your children differently, you need a will. Do you need to go to a lawyer? If you go to the internet or the books, you can get form wills that you can fill out. And they all start with being of sound mind. That's known as a sanity clause. And in the movie Duck Soup, Chico dismisses them, saying, I don't believe in no sanity clause. However, they're still there. You'll definitely need a lawyer. One of the things, what can lawyers do for you? Well, first of all, they can tell you, hey, you don't need a will, you need something else. You might need a living trust. There may be another way of passing your property through life insurance. There's many, many ways of doing it, and maybe a will isn't best for you. Lawyers know that, form books don't know that. And there are other devices that the lawyer will provide you when you go to the lawyer, such as a durable power of health care, things of that nature that are important that, again, form books usually don't handle. If you are giving a gift to a child or to an individual who is not mentally competent, go see a lawyer. The thing is, you don't want to have that money passed to them directly because they won't be able, don't have the capacity to spend it properly. So what a lawyer can do is they can set up a trust to pay out that money over time. And indeed, even if, for example, you have a relative that is severely disabled and is getting some form of public assistance, one of the problems is if you leave them money, that might make them ineligible for public assistance, and so they're not going to have enough money to live on. Well, a good lawyer can work around that problem. The major thing, though, about having a lawyer do your will rather than a form is that the lawyer will be there downstream and can answer questions that come up, can do a codicil. And let me back up for a second. Another really important reason to go to a lawyer is if you have a family business. If you have a family business and you don't have a will that's really tight, your family business is going to collapse because the legal problems, if it goes intestacy, are overwhelming. Okay, one last excuse people have about not seeing a lawyer or buying something off the internet is that they think that the lawyers are really too expensive. I mean, lawyers have to make some money, but what they do is they don't make their money writing estate plans. What they do is make their money when the estate is administered. And so upfront costs are not very high at all. And so I would recommend that if you want to worry about what's going to happen to your stuff, see a lawyer. It's not going to be that expensive. If you want advice as to the meaning of life, that's going to cost you a little bit more.